The year was 1992, when the expression "men are from Mars" and "women are from Venus" emerged from a famous book. According to Roman mythology, Mars, the god of war, is linked to rationality and strength. Venus, the goddess of love, is linked to emotion and sensitivity. According to the author? No. Let's see what the true author of Women understands about her. Sensitive? Yes, there's no denying it. We were programmed by God to be this way, naturally instructed to perceive everything around us. Family, love, work, or who we think we are from a very young age. But these emotions that seem to be constantly at the surface are not beyond the ability that God gave us to control them and know how to use them. That is why no, we are not from Venus. Want to know why? Kindlywood Self-Help, October 4 and 5 at 2 p.m. at the UCKG Hub Center.
Hi everyone, a very good day to you. Here we are again with our episode about Ruth, with our real talk from woman to woman, and we are on episode 7. Now, last time we spoke about Ruth when she went into the field, and then she was there for from morning until late in the evening, although she had a little rest. So we learned that when we people of faith cannot be doing things only temporarily or for a short period of time, but we have to learn to be continuous with the things of God. There are people that start, but halfway through they stop. There are people that they go almost to the end, but when the going gets tough, they give up. They let go. They go back to their own ways. But Ruth was a person that she was constant. She was unwavering. She start something and she finish. You could see that as well with her character when Naomi insisted for her to go back to her old life, to her old gods, and then she refused. She was decided to uh, move on, to continue seeking the God of Israel, right? And you can see that she had this kind of quality. But like the best of us, sometimes there is a moment that we feel like giving up. There is a thought that crosses the mind, oh, it's useless to continue doing this, continue praying, continue doing this purpose, this vow. But we have, in those moments is when we need to find rest in the Lord. So when we read that she went and rested a little in the house, we too sometimes we go through difficult moments. We feel a heavy load upon ourselves, and in those moments you have to let go. You need to take rest in the Lord Jesus. Isn't that what he said? Come to me, you who carry heavy loads, and I will give you rest. So, with the story of Ruth, we learn this very, you can see clearly this. So, Ruth, when she got a little tired throughout the day, she took a little rest in the house. And when we are, our strength seems to be failing us, when we are overwhelmed by thoughts, that's the time we have to unload in the presence of God, and then we'll be filled with strength, revitalized for us to go back to war and fight. But we cannot give up. Okay, so today we are going to give continuation here to this Bible verse. Let me put here on the screen. Today we start from verse 8. Then Boaz said to Ruth, "You will listen, my daughter, will you not?" Do not go to glean in another field, nor go from here, but stay close to my young women. And I think I want to stop here today. Let's see if we go move on to the next verse. And I want to emphasize this point. Look here. Here, Boaz, after he noticed Ruth, right, and he knew who she was, he told her, he approached her and said, listen to me, my daughter, will you not? So he was kind of telling her, listen, pay attention to my directions and follow my directions, because if you follow my directions, you will find protection, you will find uh, all that you need, all your needs you will find when you follow my directions. And isn't that what God tells us? God, if you take the Bible from the beginning to the end, all that God asks of us is obedience, is for us to listen to Him and to obey what He says. And when we do that, we find rest for our souls. We find peace. We find all our needs being supplied with and in God. Do you understand? So the moment Boaz was telling her that, he was in fact saying, you are safe here with me. And then he continues, do not go to glean in another field, nor go from here, but stay close to my young women. And I need to emphasize this. You know, when I was reflecting on this, every time I read this passage, I remember these uh, um, Bible verses in 2 Corinthians. If you have your Bible, you can open 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14, starting from verse 14, that says like this. Paul was saying, do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? And what communion has light with darkness? And what accord has Christ with Belial? Or what part has a believer with an unbeliever? And what agreement has the temple of God with idols? For you are the temple of the living God. When we read these, the Apostle Paul was referring to the single people. He was saying that those who are single, they should be very careful with whom they marry. They cannot marry with someone that has a different line of faith. They are unequal. One is spiritually here and the other spiritually here. Paul was basically saying, no, you cannot be in a relationship like that. Both of you have to be of the same level, believing in the same God, having the same purpose, listening to the same words. Because if you don't do, there will not be an agreement between you two. So going back to the story of Ruth, every time I read this passage, I remember this Bible verse because of that. When Boaz was telling her, giving the advice, do not go to glean in another field. I'm going to put in my own language. He basically was saying, don't search for the person you want to marry. I'm going to use today's language, on social media. Don't go to the pub to find a husband. Don't go to unbelievers' parties to find someone for you to marry. Sometimes don't follow the advice of even a family member when they introduce you to someone, but that person is not of God. So when he said, do not glean in another field, he was basically saying, stay here. Here you will find all that you need. Do not go from here. And God is telling you the same thing. Do not go from the presence of God thinking that you will find someone and then after you are going to convert that person, because you are very wrong. You are setting up a trap, or the devil is setting up a trap for you to fall. Because if you think you can change a person after you get married, you are very wrong. And if you want to confirm my words, speak to people that are in the church praying for the husbands, the unbelieving husbands, and see what they go through. How difficult it is to bring a loved one to the faith. So don't think you are that special, thinking that you are going to do your will and then God has to bless you, submitting himself or his ways to your ways, because that will never happen. If you want success in your love life, in fact, in every area of your life, remember, stay in God and with God, and there you will be saved, you'll be protected, you will find all that you need. Okay, so Boaz saying, do not go and glean in another field, nor go from here, but stay close to my young women. Let your eyes be on the field which they reap. Look, you know, all the time, again, I read this, I think about this. You know, our eyes, where do people many times fail? When their eyes are looking to someone else's life. They are not looking to their own life. They are looking to the success, to the blessings of someone else, and desiring what they have. But we, as people of God, we cannot have this attitude. Our eyes should be on the field. Okay? Which field? Our eyes cannot be on blessings. Our eyes cannot be fixed on other people's business, other people's life, and wishing and desiring that for yourself. But our eyes has to be first in the field, which is our salvation, eternity. Focus there. From there, if there you find your bread, if there you find the grain, you will be able to support yourself, everything in your life. If your eyes are focused on eternity, you'll be able to, God will bring you through and will give you success in your love life, in your family life, in your finances. You name what you need. It's in the field of God that you will find. It's when you are focused on your salvation that everything else will be added to you. But if you are only focused on a blessing, on other people, you run the risk of losing yourself and even desiring to go and to other people's, get involved in other people's business. And that's a problem. So Boaz here was giving her a very important advice. Let your eyes be on the field which they reap, and go after them. Have I not commanded the young men not to touch you? And when you are thirsty, go to the vessels and drink from what the young men have drawn. Again, all your needs will be provided in this place, in this place here. You don't need to go elsewhere. I have already given direction for the young man not to touch you, protection, you see. I have instructed them for when you are thirsty, for you to drink, for them to allow you to drink from the vessels. So all your needs supplied in here. And that's the message for today. All your needs are going to be supplied in the presence of God. So don't try looking elsewhere. It's in God, is with God, and in God that you will see success in your life in all areas. Okay? So that's what I would like to leave you, reminding you that if you missed any episode, previous episode, you can go to our UCKG Facebook, and then you can channel. You can go to our UCKG Hong Kong YouTube channel, and you can find all the episodes about this beautiful series. And by the way, all the VYG should be connected watching these videos. If you know a VYG that is not connected, make sure you send them, forward them the link, and because they must listen to this message. They cannot miss. And everyone should be connected. Okay, so share it, like it, comment, and spread the love around. Let's bless other people as our souls are being blessed. Okay? And reminding you, on the 4th and 5th of October, we have our Godlywood self-help meeting at 2 p.m. Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. All right? And October 7, we have our mountain prayer with our love walk. All right? God bless you, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye now. Has this program been of help for you? Feel free to share with someone who also will benefit from watching it. You feel free to press the share button, and if you want, you can like it and leave your comments below. God bless.